All right, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. This is my post-market wrap-up on this lovely, volatile Wednesday in November 18th, 2020. Market was all over the place. We finished down about 300 points with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. However, we were up about 150 points earlier in the day. There's a lot of speculation as to what caused today's sell-off. I can't tell you how much I welcome this. As a matter of fact, for my lions out here, I sent out an email to all of you, link in the description of this video, to my newsletter. I told you I went short the market today for the first time in, years. I kept that position for a short period of time. I pulled out a gain. I'm happy. So we'll see how this market plays out. Is it going to fall tomorrow? I don't know. All I do know is I pulled out a profit today. And for those of you that got in on my puts, yes, puts, when I told you to, in my newsletter, well, you made money too. And if you're still in them right now, more than likely there is more downside here. Anyway, look, this market needs to give back. I don't know another way to put it. I've been saying this for a long time. Nothing goes straight up. Speaking of going straight up, Bitcoin did pull back a little bit. It's about 17,500. The other cryptocurrencies also fell under pressure here. I would welcome that too. These things have gone parabolic. Nothing goes parabolic without a dip, and you buy the dip when it occurs. Trading this market, holding Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies is not that hard if you just understand the dynamics of the market. And we'll just see how this plays out. I would love nothing more than to see this market drop another couple of thousand points with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's gotten absolutely freaking stupid. I mean, think about it. We're in an economic free fall, and the stock market still near all-time record highs. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah, if you're deranged, it does. Otherwise, it makes no sense whatsoever. Let's talk about a few other things here. The dollar did finish slightly lower. Despite that, gold and silver got hit today. It's a rigged game, people. The biggest rigged game in the world is the price action of gold and silver. There is no price discovery behind it whatsoever. Very difficult to trade SLV, GLD. I almost never do it, but I do hold the physical asset. You all know that. Forget about the price action in the short run with regard to gold and silver. We're betting against this debt bubble, which is the biggest bubble in the world has ever freaking seen. There's been nothing close to it. Nothing close to it. And that is, what has that done? Reinflate a housing bubble. Yeah, housing all over the United States is in a massive bubble. With regard to the stock market, massive, massive freak show bubble as well. But that does not mean the market's not going up. Yes, I would love to see a sell-off here in the stock market. What will I do? Well, I'll probably short it like I did today again. I've been doing some day trading lately, calls, except for today, puts. I held that position for a very short period of time, did well in a short period of time. I ended up building up kind of a large position. I started off with like a tiny position. I times it by 10 by the times I sold that position today. So I pulled out a good profit here. You build positions slowly, okay? You don't go all in and just shove a lot of cash into it with anything, even Bitcoin or silver or gold. You average into these things, and that's how you make it work for you. I don't know. I think most of you get it here, but I will keep you informed. There's no doubt about it. So let's look further and deeper into this market. You got the 10-year yield, 0.87, so we're stable. Again, dollar lower. Okay, whatever. Crude oil caught a bid today, not much, but again, another asset in la-la land. La-la land has no business being where it is. No business whatsoever. Will we see crude oil normalize at one point? Who the freak knows? I mean, what will they do? If crude falls, well, they'll create a refinery fire. They'll sink a ship. They'll bomb somewhere in the Middle East. What do they got to do? They'll create some kind of an illusion that something is going on, which really isn't. They'll float fake stories out there. It's all propaganda. This whole thing is fake. And once you understand that, you're all going to be a lot better off. Until that time, stay distracted. Stay distracted, because that's what they want you to do. No, you see, I and my lions out here, those of you that stack metals, those of you that are holding cryptocurrencies, are focused like a laser beam on what is going on here, and taking advantage of it. We won't get fleeced. There's no possible way on this planet I will allow a single one of you to get fleeced. It's not going to happen on my watch. I don't know another way to put that either. I've been saying that for years. And I think for years I've kept all of you on the right side of this market. I fully intend to do that moving forward. Look, this is a twisted game. This is a sick, twisted game for which there is going to be a market crash at one point, the likes of which no one has ever seen in the history of the world. But remember, it's not going to start in the stock market. It's going to start in the debt market. In my opinion, they're going to arrange for a meltdown in the debt market and in the dollar, which is a unit of debt, like you have no idea. By design. Everything is by design. They're going to melt down the debt market at one point, and that's going to suck down the stock market like you have no idea. A crisis in the debt market would cause rates to spike very rapidly. The dollar will lose value very rapidly. You'll get a lot of pressure on the stock market. Cash will simply look for places to go. It's going to go into suppressed assets. It's going to go into commodities. That's where it's going. It's going to go into cryptocurrencies. That's where it's going. There's no doubt. Right now, the game is simple. It's risk on. Despite the fact that the market did sell off 300 points today, the game remains risk on. Even if, let's say tomorrow, the market sells off another 500, 600, 700, 1,000 points. Does that mean that's it? Is that what you would think? Or would you first look at the 10-year yield and see what the 10-year yield is doing? Exactly. You would look at the 10-year yield first and say, okay, Mr. 10-year yield, what are you telling me? And then you would be able to gauge what the stock market is going to do, understanding that we haven't seen a darn thing yet with regard to debt acquisition, debt issuance, money printing, Federal Reserve buying it all. We haven't seen anything yet. Anything. So I think you got it. That's where we're going here. So again, I still feel that this market is going higher, but not just higher, much higher, much higher. If we get a well-needed pullback here in the stock market, we're going up. If we get a well-needed pullback across the spectrum of cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin here, it's going up. That's it. Debt issuance is the game. It's the key to the markets. Understanding the banks run the show. Understanding the Federal Reserve runs the show. And they're going to continue running the show into the ground because their end game here is to destroy whatever is left or whoever is left and remains in the middle class. We are in the middle of the biggest wealth transfer the world has ever seen. A scam-demic. They shut down the global economy by design. Remember someone saying this? It's China. It's China. It's China. No, it had nothing to do with China. That was a distraction. It's the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve and central banks around the world released this virus around the world. They're the ones that have benefited from this. No one else has benefited from this. Not China. China. No, it wasn't China who benefited from this. The only entities that benefited from this are the central banks. But stay distracted. Stay distracted. Look over here. Don't look over here. And be distracted by China. I think you know who I'm talking about here. Anyway, look. This is a game. All of it is a game. You're being played. You are a pawn in it. So once you understand that, you can change the rules around a little bit and allow yourself to not get fleeced here. That's really what I'm here for. To try to help all of you stay on the right side of this and understand what's going on around you. I really do hope you get it. All right, look, important video, covered a lot of important things here. Please share the video. Please get it out there. And again, if you think I'm doing a good job, how about hitting that thumbs up? I would really appreciate that. It would make me really happy. All right, I'll see you in the morning.